This video demonstrates the gradebook for CSC161, Computer Science 2, C++, either section. If I'm logged in as a student, to check my grades, I hit the Progress menu and select Grades. Now initially you'll notice there are no grades in this gradebook, but we can see the structure. We can see that 30% is homework, 0% is quizzes, they don't count towards the final course grade, 30% from tests, 25% from the final, and 15% participation, which is measured starting February 9th. Now, let's see what happens if we start putting in grades. Let's just say that I received 9 out of 10 on the Structure 10 homework assignment, the first assignment. You'll see that's the only grade in the gradebook. So, what can we see? We can see that I have 9 out of 10 on the assignment. The weight achieved is 27 out of 30 because that's the only homework assignment graded, and no other grades are received. So my overall grade looks like a 90%, even though I've only done one assignment. Let's see what happens if I add some more grades. So let's suppose that I got 10 out of 10 on the second homework assignment and 6 out of 10 on the third homework assignment. There's still no other grades. We can see that my overall grade is 83%, which is the equivalent of 25 out of 30 for the homework, even though I haven't done any other homework. And that's still my overall grade as well. Nothing else in there. Let's see what happens when we start to add the other categories. So let's suppose that I missed the class on February 9th, or I was on my phone the whole time and for some reason I got a 0. Things look okay for the homework. I'm still at 83%. But why did my overall grade go down to 55%? Well, I come down here. Now that I have a grade for participation, I only have the one grade, but I'm getting 0 of the 15 points allocated for participation. If I come down here, you'll see that the overall weight achieved is now divided by 45 and not by 30, and that accounts for the reduction in the grade. So all is not lost, though, because we can start improving our performance, and let's see what happens when I do that. So let's suppose that I figured out that I shouldn't be on my phone the whole time, and I got perfect participation scores for the next 3 classes. Notice how my overall grade comes back all the way up to 80.56%, 36.25 over 45, because the weights haven't changed because I still don't have grades in the other categories. But what happened down in participation? What happens in participation is that first 0 has less weight because now I have 4 participation grades and not just 1 that are accounting for the 15, and now I'm 11.25 out of 15, 75% for participation. Not bad, but let's keep in mind that participation is probably the easiest grade to earn, and there's no reason not to earn less than 100% for that every time. So let's take one more look and see what happens if we add a test grade. So let's say that I scored a 70 on that first test. That ends up being an overall grade average right now at 76.33%. And how did that happen? Well, we have 83% from the homework, 25 out of 30 points achieved. That's the equivalent. We've got 21 out of 30, which is 70%, showing for the test score. But remember, I've got 2 more tests. And then we've still got the 75% for participation. So if you weight that average, and you're not counting the final at all yet, it's 57.25 over 75, which is 76%. But notice that I know that my grade could still go up, and how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to show up for class and pay attention every time, and if I just have that 1 0 and I have 26 other 10 out of 10 scores for the rest of the semester, that 75% will go over 90%. And then if I can pick it up on the next 2 tests, that 70% will go up. And I'm doing okay on the homework, but if I can bear down and maybe not slip up like I did on the third assignment, I can raise that 83%. And you can see how the gradebook will work out in the end. You should even be able to do a what if to figure out what would happen to your grade if you improved your scores in any particular category.